A boy and a scarecrow. An opening in the middle of a cornfield. A scarecrow hangs on his post high above the corn. It is Halloween.
I can't believe it's been 5 whole years. Everyone told me I was crazy, that I need to get my head checked out. But it worked, didn't it? My friends had told me about this old woman who lived on the far side of town, beyond the corn and tucked right under Thunder Peak. My friends called that woman all sorts of names. Harpy, Pythoness, Beldam, but most people just called her an old witch. I don't care what people called her, because I knew who that blessed angel was. My savior. I left that woman sweet notes and candy for a whole month before she came out of the house to greet me. I told her everything, and she said she could help me. I got her everything she needed. His old hat, his shoes, his shirts, and she told me to come back in a week's time. I came back to that house, and it was empty. Gone. Cleared out like she never existed. All that was left was a scarecrow on the porch with a note tied to his hand. It read, "Plant him in the ground the night before Halloween. Let the moon shine through him, and by sunrise, the scarecrow will sing songs again." And I followed that note to the word. I ran back faster than Bob McMillan and strung him up. I didn't even want to go inside. I was too excited. I slept on the porch. When the sunlight hit my face, I sprinted back into the field. And it worked. It really worked. And for 5 years, we've been happier for it.
The scarecrow begins to creak and creak to life.
She really did bring back my dad. Oh, it's been so long.
Oh, calm down, boy. It's only been another year.
I know, but oh, what a year it's been.
How's your mother? And the farm?
Oh, don't worry about all that. You know how it goes. The crops grow and we pick them. The cows moo and I milk them. The chickens cluck and I grab the eggs. Come on, Pa.
Well, now, how about your mother? How is she?
Dad, I just told you it's all fine. Don't you want to talk to me?
Of course I do, son. But I also asked you a question now about your...
Hold on. I'm sorry, Pa. Just one more thing, all right? Well, do you remember me making all those drawings as a kid?
Of course I do. How could I forget such a thing? I almost cried when you drew the whole family and our house. So detailed. I think that was a moment that I was first proud of.
Well, I didn't tell you this, but I applied to study art at Syracuse University, and I got in. I did it. I'm going to school with a full scholarship.
What? That's amazing. Why haven't you told me anything about this for the past 5 years?
Well, I didn't want to get your hopes up or anything and then disappoint you.
You could never do that, son. Well, now that you're a full-grown adult, how about we have a adult conversation?
Oh, I got a thought.
Oh, great. Another one.
Pa, you almost made me forget. Since last year I forgot to bring one, I thought we could spend this spooky night carving pumpkins together. Let me just sit here and grab the knives and we can get started. No. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This can't be happening. Not today.
Preston, it's okay.
What, are you nuts, Pa? We only get this one day every single year to talk. Every second I'm wasting reminding you is a second less. It's a second less until you leave me again. It's all right. Look, it's not even 3:15 p.m. I can make it back to the house, grab the knives, and we can still have time to carve the pumpkins. Hell, I can probably even go and swing by Murphy's General Store and pick up some candy.
No, Preston, I need to talk to you about something important.
Dad, it's really no trouble at all.
I know it isn't, but I really need to talk to you about...
You're right. I won't go to the store. You'll probably save me a trip to the dentist anyway. But I'll just run home and grab the knives. And
Preston T. Knox, sit down now.
Okay, then. All right. Don't need to get so hacked at me.
I'm sorry, I yelled, son. Now, what I was going to say is, you promised me, boy, that you won't overreact, and you promised to listen to my rationale.
When have I ever overreacted?
Well, my boy, you did just cry like a baby doll over there over a knife.
Fine. What did you want to say?
Okay, Preston. You know I love you, right?
Yes.
More than anything in this world.
Yes.
In fact, because of you, I turned my whole life around. I got a job, I bought this farm for you and your mother.
Okay, now you need to stop and just tell me what you want to say.
You're right. I'll quit beating around the bush. After you first brought me back, I could barely walk. My legs were shaking and all my hay was falling out. I was so flabbergasted that we barely spoke. And as the sun was going down, I could feel my soul drift back into the sky. And then the next day, I woke up the next day. I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. All I could do was see you and your mom from my post. I screamed and screamed, but no one heard me. I couldn't help you when the fire broke out in the barn. I saw your puppy run away. It ran left towards the mountain, and you and your mother ran right, and I couldn't do anything to help. And I saw your poor mother leave every morning for work. And I could do nothing but watch her come home every day crying, trying to save this dying memory of a farm. Son, I just can't watch my wife cry and my house burn for another 5 years.
So, what are you saying?
I need you to let me go. I need you to let me die and let it stay that way.
Paul, what are you talking about? You died and you came back. And now you want to die again? Maybe sitting here in between us talking has made you a little crazy. Why aren't you saying anything? What's wrong with you? Speak, goddammit!
I know, son.
You know what?
I read the letter that the witch gave you. It said on the first night you were supposed to read the words and let me go. What were they? But on the sunset of All Hallows Eve, do your part and set him free. But you decided to keep that to yourself, didn't you?
How did you know about that?
Your mother Alice told me.
What?
On the second Halloween, when you realized me coming back wasn't just your mind playing tricks on you, you brought your mother here, and she fainted. Remember? When she came to, we talked all afternoon on the porch. And as we talked, she handed me the letter that she found.
I'm sorry, Dad. I don't know how you can ever forgive me.
You don't need to worry about forgiveness, Percy, but I know how you can make this right.
No.
Preston, just listen to me.
But no, I can't, and I won't. That's not gonna happen. No, what? Dying wasn't enough for you? Volunteering to fight in a war that had nothing to do with you wasn't enough? Abandoning your only child wasn't enough? You know, all my friends' dads came back in body bags too. All of them had medals on them. Except you. Of course not. Even in your last moments, you didn't do any good. I bet you just sat back and let those bullets end your miserable life. So much for me changing your life around. You're nothing. You're pathetic. You're a coward who didn't want to raise me. You're a vile sickness who didn't want to wake up next to my mother anymore. I brought you back. Me. For you. If not for me, you would have just been some pile of clothes in a broken widow's closet.
You're right.
I brought you back. And what? You just want to leave? You don't want to see me grow up?
I have, son. That's the problem. I have seen you grow up. I have watched you for 5 years waste your childhood to talk to a ghost in your cornfield. For 1,825 days, I have watched you become a man. Of course I wanted to watch you grow up, but not from a distance. I held your hand when you first walked, and I was damn sure that I was going to be there when you didn't need me anymore. The words don't exist to describe how grateful I am that you brought me back, Preston, but
what?
It still doesn't change the fact that you're holding on to the past. It doesn't change the fact that you've missed 5 Halloweens just for me, 5 whole years of having to save your grades because you were so focused on this one day of the year that you could see me. 5 years of ignoring the woman who gave birth to you to think of the one single speck of a day that you get to spend with a Scarecrow some old woman made you. Believe me, you're only young once in this life, and you wasted it. I can't let my own flesh and blood's joys and dreams be thinking about the past. And the fact that you thought that you tricked me by keeping the witch's word secret all this time just proves me right.
But
No, now it's my turn to talk. I'm always going to be with you. But this isn't natural. If it were, everyone would have their own Scarecrow now, wouldn't they?
I guess they would, Tom.
This isn't the end, son. You are the most incredible boy this world has made. I never want you to think about what the past has took from you, only about what the future is going to give you. You promise me?
I promise, Bob. Dad, I gotta say, I'm damned for this. I know it, and I deserve it all. I can't believe how much pain I put you through. I mean, what kind of a man lets his father suffer for his sins? Oh God, what have I done?
Hey now, no sense in crying over spilled milk, is there? You've already had a funeral for me once, son. Why cry for me twice? Listen to me. The 2 most important days of your life are the day you're born and the day you found out why. Twain said that. You already checked one off the list, son. Go do me a favor and find the other one. I love you, Preston. Live the life that I couldn't. Keep your promise. And remember, don't ever stop going forward.
I won't, Pop. I release you. I release you, Percy Montgomery Knox, from this world.
A gust of wind takes Percy. His body is blown into the jealous wind. Preston watches as his father's straw and hay is blown away by the wind, leaving only his clothes, shoes, and hat.
So long, old man.
7 months later, Preston is at his father's tombstone.
Hey, Pa. I wanted to stop by here before I left for school. We sold the farm. Not too bad of a price, considering the shape it was in. I reckon me and Ma will hit Syracuse by this afternoon. Maybe sooner, if we pretend like the speed limit doesn't exist. I can't imagine how much pain you must have felt. I told you I was sorry, and I'm always going to be sorry. But I made you a promise, and I intend to keep my eyes forward from now on, Pa. Oh, and one more thing. I went through the fields before we left the house and found Milo's collar. I guess he went left instead of right. I remember you looking at him, thinking he was cute, and pretending he wasn't.
The end.